When I was 11 years old, my biochemistry teacher, he gave me this book he wrote. It was called The Illusion of Paradise. And there he would describe the biological and chemical processes that happen in your body once you consume this or that substance. It was mainly related to illegal drugs, but alcohol was one of these addictive substances that he covered. So it turns out that when you drink alcohol, the thing that happens is that your brain cells become paralyzed. They become literally zombies. And then next day, sometime after the party is over, some of your brain cells die and never get to normal. So think about it as if your brain is this most valuable tool you have in your journey to success and happiness, why would you destroy this tool for short-term pleasure? This sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, in many ways, it's a poison we'll let in our body. But by way of advice, what advice would you give to people who consider not drinking? You know, a lot of people use alcohol to enable them to have a vibrant social life. There's a lot of pressures from society, you know, at a party to drink so you can socialize. So what advice would you give to them, to people who imagine having a social life without alcohol?
Well, first of all, don't be afraid to be contrarian. Set your own rules. Secondly, if you feel you need to drink, there must be some problem you're trying to conceal. There's some fear you're not ready to confront. And you have to address this fear. If there is a good-looking girl you're afraid to approach, get rid of this fear, approach her, practice, do it again and again. It's pretty banal, but this advice works.
Fix the underlying problem, which is usually at the very bottom is always going to be fear. Work on that.
And very often people are trying to escape something in their lives with alcohol. What is it they're trying to escape? What is this problem? You have to get to the bottom of it. Your mind is trying to tell you something valuable, and instead of addressing it directly, you are flooding it in alcohol, which is sort of a spiritual painkiller, but works only temporarily, and then you have to pay the debt with interest.
So what do you do? I mean, you've been in a lot of gatherings, a lot of parties. Is there some challenges to saying no?
For me, not at all. I've been always ready to stand my ground and say no when I feel something's not right. And it's extraordinary how easily we humans are affected by what we perceive as majority. Because nobody, since ancient times, since million years ago, wants to be left out by the tribe. We are scared that we won't become accepted anymore, which thousands of millions of years ago meant we're going to starve to death. So we have to consciously fight this inclination to be agreeable with everything that the majority imposes on you, because it's quite clear that many things that the majority, in many activities the majority is engaging in, are not bringing you any good.
So that's another fear you have to face, going into a party and the fear of being the outcast at that party, of being different than others at that party, at that social gathering, in the crowd of humans, be different. That's a fear.
That's a fear. And it's quite irrational if you think about it. It was something that made a lot of sense 20,000 years ago. It makes zero sense today. Because if you think about it, if you do the same thing everybody else around you is doing, you don't have any competitive advantage. And you don't get to become outstanding at some point in your life.